All right, we are back to finish our spoons. So I've let this spoon dry out for about an hour. It dries faster if you put it on a board. If you are leaving, the block is over, then I would cover it completely. But if you are midway through the block and you can give it about a half an hour to dry or so, then you can leave it outside of plastic and on a wooden board so it dries. Si es el fin de la clase, envuélvele la cuchara para que se seque un poco más y lo terminamos otro día. Si estamos media clase y puedes dejar la cuchara en una tabla de madera para secarse, entonces déjela sin plástico media hora para secar. Después de esa media hora la podemos terminar. So now that it's set up a little bit, I can really smooth everything out. I do want to push the bottom down and kind of curl the edges a little bit, not a lot, doesn't have to be super exaggerated, but you want to give it a nice spoon shape. Smoothing is super important. You should not see any fingerprints in this spoon. Alisar es muy importante, no queremos ver la impresión de los dedos en esta cuchara. I'm just seeing a little bit of clay here that I'd like to just trim off. I'll take my needle tool and then again smooth. Once it's set up for a little while, then you can flip it gently. Después que se ha secado un poco, se puede volver para seguir alisando. So I'm just putting my fingers in some water and smoothing all the edges so nothing dries sharp. When you flip it over, you can see the block. If you need to take any off, you can. You should not see any fingerprints on these spoons. They should be super duper smooth. So that's looking pretty good. I'm now going to put a hole in the spoon so that we can hang them when they're glazed, and they'll fire hanging. That way we can glaze the front and the back. Okay, voy a ponerle un hoyo porque cuando la pintamos tiene que guindar para poder pintar la parte de atrás. I'm going to very gently hold this. You don't want to go too close to the edge and start pushing in, supporting the handle really well. Take it back out, and now I got to do some smoothing because see, this is what happens on the back. Limpiamos. You can just slide this excess off. And make sure that it's smoothed out. Queremos alisarlo bien. Okay. Now we're ready to sign and let it dry. You want to use the back of the needle tool for the hole. Esto es lo que se usa, esta parte de la aguja para hacer el hoyo. And now I'm going to sign it with a pen. You want to sign it in this direction. This is going to hang. This is how you want to sign it. I have a signature that I usually use. You guys would put your initials and your period. I usually sign my pottery. I always sign it the same way, so I'm going to continue that. This is where your period would go for you guys. And this is now how you leave it. Make sure it's nice and straight, and you leave it to dry. You want to transport it. You want to move it around with the board. Don't lift it up anymore. Estas cucharas así se secan. Quiere dejar las cucharas en las tablas y mover solamente con la tabla. No quite la cuchara de la tabla hasta que ya ha salido del horno. Siempre se le pone plástico para que se seque despacio y no se quiebre. Always drop plastic over the top so that it dries slowly and it doesn't crack. And that's it. Spoons are done. After they dry, they'll go into the fire. It's a 3-day fire, and you guys will have them back for glazing.